All right. So I needed to set up like a new inventory system. I was looking for open source options, but I have too much stuff and it's too disorganized, so I had to set up some way to track it. And I figured out this like really cool way of setting up dashboards, like remote access dashboards. I don't know why I like doing everything remotely, but I always have. Like this is my local box. Like my laptop, it's a Chromebook, like 2 gigabytes of RAM or something weak, and like maybe one core, maybe half a core. I don't even know. But normally, what I do is I SSH into one of my development servers. After it passes through a script that just gives me the setup of the server. It takes a little bit longer to load the first time it runs, and then after that it uses the cache. What I'll do is I'll set up a tmux environment, and I'll create a bunch of panes, and I'll use this to set up like a development environment for whatever I'm doing. So like in the case of the books, what I would do is go to projects, books, and then I might like use one pane for Vim, like new python.py, and I can code here, and then you know, like I'll use a different pane to actually like run Python, and then I'll use another pane to run, you know, like in this case, like SQLite 3 command line, right? And then I can leave this open. It's running on a server, so I can just leave it, close everything down. It's always there. It's, you know, it's running on a professional server, so I can just come back to it, and then I can find it, and I can just pick up from wherever I left off exactly. And I like that, you know, but maybe I've outgrown like doing everything by command line, or maybe it's actually just not good enough anymore. And I already have a bunch of stuff on my website. So I have, you know, I have like ajpeichel.com. And then I have a bunch of subdomains that are sitting behind an authentication layer. Like I'm already authenticated, but like, so I have a staging server where I can see changes I'm making. I have the repos documentation set up on MakeDocs. I have a wiki for documentation that doesn't have its own repo, just like all the documentation that needs to go into running a business or running a lab that can't be captured in a lab notebook or in a README on the Git repo. I just set this up, and I just figured out a new way to set up like this new bookkeeping strategy. So since I'm already using a Python-based set of bookkeeping software, and I like it, you know, because it lets me automate like creating PDFs and invoices and stuff, and yeah, so like I basically found this JavaScript repo that was kind of like the beginning of a tiling window manager for iframes. So each one of these three things here is an iframe, and then each iframe is a piece of open source software running that comprises a complete development environment for this bookkeeping software. So we have IPYMB, I mean we have Jupyter notebooks in one frame, and then we have a SQLite manager in another frame. And then below that we have a terminal, which is I guess where I would do like Git stuff or whatever it is I need to do. And you know, there's a this shim of this like tiling window manager sitting on top of it, and there's still like work that could, like, there's low hanging fruit to improve it. I just thought this was like a really cool way to set up these remote dashboards. You know, you could set up these dashboards like for anything. Wow, I need to see if this can go somewhere. So I guess I wanted to show you this. I don't know if anyone has any interest in it, but you know, setting up this whole thing, and I mean from scratch, like everything about this bookkeeping thing was set up from scratch, including the software, the whole concept. I started this whole concept yesterday, like at noon, and I finished it this morning, and then I made this video tonight, so, or this video now, like this afternoon. So it took me less than probably 5, 6, 7, 8 hours total to get this whole development environment set up. I just think that's incredible. But, yeah, it's cool. There you go.